Hi there, and welcome back to my channel. If you're interested in retirement planning or investing, you may have heard of the 4% rule. The 4% rule is a guideline for how much money you can safely withdraw from your retirement portfolio each year, without running out of money before the end of your retirement. In this video, we'll dive into the details of the Trinity Study and the 4% rule, including how it works, its history and reliability, how to calculate your retirement needs using the 4% rule, common misconceptions about the 4% rule, real-life example, and alternative approaches to the 4% rule. So, whether you're nearing retirement or just starting to think about it, this video will give you a solid foundation for understanding the 4% rule and how it can help you plan for a financially secure retirement. Let's get started. The Trinity Study, also known as the 4% rule, was first introduced in 1994 by 3 professors from Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas. The study aimed to determine safe withdrawal rates for retirees who rely on their investment portfolio to fund their retirement. The idea behind the 4% rule is that if you withdraw 4% of your portfolio's value each year, adjusted for inflation, you can sustain that withdrawal rate for up to 30 years without running out of money. The 4% rule has been extensively analyzed by financial experts and is considered a reliable method for achieving financial independence. The 4% rule is based on the assumption that your investment portfolio is diversified and that you have a mix of stocks, bonds, and other assets. The rule also assumes that your investments will earn an average annual return of 7%, adjusted for inflation. The Trinity Study has been the subject of much research and analysis since its inception in 1994. The original study analyzed data from 1926 to 1992 and found that a retiree who withdrew 4% of their portfolio's value each year, adjusted for inflation, could sustain that withdrawal rate for up to 30 years without running out of money. Since then, the study has been updated and analyzed using different periods and market conditions. A 2011 study by one of the original authors found that the 4% rule was still a reliable method for achieving financial independence, even during periods of high inflation and market volatility. However, some experts have questioned the reliability of the 4% rule in today's market environment, where interest rates are low and investment returns may be lower than historical averages. To calculate your retirement needs using the 4% rule, you first need to determine your annual expenses in retirement. This includes your housing costs, food, transportation, healthcare, and any other expenses you anticipate. Once you have determined your annual expenses, you can multiply that number by 25 to determine the total amount you need to save for retirement. For example, if your annual expenses in retirement are $50,000, you would need to save $1.25 million to retire comfortably using the 4% rule. It's important to note that this calculation is based on the assumption that you will live for 30 years in retirement. If you anticipate living longer, you may need to adjust your savings goal accordingly. To apply the 4% rule to your investment portfolio, you first need to determine the value of your portfolio. This includes all of your investments, including stocks, bonds, and other assets. Once you have determined the value of your portfolio, you can multiply that number by 4% to determine your annual withdrawal rate. For example, if your portfolio is worth $1 million, your annual withdrawal rate would be $40,000. It's important to adjust your withdrawal rate for inflation each year to ensure that you maintain your purchasing power over time. You should also periodically review your portfolio and adjust your withdrawal rate if necessary, based on changes in market conditions or your financial situation. One of the key assumptions of the 4% rule is that your investments will earn an average annual return of 7%, adjusted for inflation. However, in reality, investment returns can vary widely from year to year. To account for market fluctuations, it's important to periodically review your investment portfolio and adjust your withdrawal rate if necessary. For example, if you experience a significant market downturn, you may need to reduce your withdrawal rate to ensure that you don't run out of money too soon. You should also adjust your withdrawal rate for inflation each year to ensure that you maintain your purchasing power over time. While the 4% rule is a reliable method for achieving financial independence, there are other factors to consider when planning for retirement. For example, you should consider your personal risk tolerance, your investment goals, and your time horizon. You should also consider factors such as taxes, healthcare costs, and unexpected expenses that may arise during retirement. It's important to have a plan in place to address these issues and ensure that you have enough savings to cover any unexpected expenses that may arise. There are several common misconceptions about the 4% rule that can lead to confusion and misinterpretation. One of the most common misconceptions is that the 4% rule guarantees that you will never run out of money in retirement. In reality, the 4% rule is based on historical market data and assumes that your investments will earn an average annual return of 7%, adjusted for inflation. However, there is no guarantee that your investments will perform as expected, and you may need to adjust your withdrawal rate based on changes in market conditions or your financial situation. Another common misconception is that the 4% rule applies to all retirees, regardless of their financial situation. In reality, the 4% rule is just one tool that can be used to plan for retirement, and it may not be appropriate for everyone. Despite some of the challenges and misconceptions surrounding the 4% rule, there are many real-life examples of the successful implementation of this strategy. For example, many early retirees have used the 4% rule to achieve financial independence and retire early. One example is the blogger Mr. Money Mustache, who retired at the age of 30 using a combination of frugal living and a well-diversified investment portfolio. By following the 4% rule and maintaining a low-cost lifestyle, Mr. Money Mustache was able to achieve financial independence and retire on his terms. The 4% rule is a reliable method for achieving financial independence. There are alternative approaches that may be more appropriate for some investors. For example, some experts recommend using a dynamic withdrawal strategy that adjusts your withdrawal rate based on market conditions and your financial situation. Another alternative approach is to use a bucket strategy, where you divide your investments into different buckets based on your time horizon and risk tolerance. This can help you maintain a steady stream of income during retirement while also protecting your savings from market volatility. The Trinity Study and the 4% rule are just tools that can be used to plan for retirement and achieve financial independence. While this strategy has been extensively analyzed and proven to be reliable, it may not be appropriate for everyone. When planning for retirement, it's important to consider your financial situation, risk tolerance, and investment goals. By working with a financial advisor and developing a comprehensive retirement plan, you can ensure that you have the resources you need to retire comfortably and on your terms. And that's a wrap for our discussion on the 4% rule and the Trinity Study. We hope this video has been informative and useful in your retirement planning journey. As we've discussed, the 4% rule is just one approach to retirement planning, and it may not be suitable for everyone. It's important to consider your individual circumstances, goals, and risk tolerance when developing a retirement plan. Remember, retirement planning is a long-term process that requires careful consideration and adjustment over time. Regularly reviewing your portfolio and making adjustments as needed can help ensure your retirement savings are on track. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave your comments in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more informative videos on personal finance and investing. See you in the next video.